Thanks for listening to the the AZ12 podcast. I did not mess up. Joined by Jason Shearer. I'm merely Mike Luke. We've got a lot to get to today. Hopefully Super Snaps tomorrow, because here's the deal with Super Snaps. We are over 5,000, almost over 6,000 spent hours watching, but YouTube has to verify them and to get to 3,000. So YouTube is now verified like 2,800 of them. So we will hopefully be there tomorrow.
I'll call that, Mike. I got you.
Yeah,
I'm very
exactly.
big with YouTube.
Well, I know, dude. And as you guys know, we will be having 2 shows tomorrow. 2 shows. That also sounds like a rapper, man. We got 2 shows coming in stage left. But yes, we'll have the normal 10:30, then we'll have the post game. Also, real quick, we have a Teduardo update. So Teduardo is very upset with me right now. Look at this. He's very upset.
Is that a bow in his hair?
What's that? No, it's a scarf.
Oh,
but Teduardo annihilates his cheese bones. This is his cheese bone. And whenever he gets down to the very bottom and I throw it away, he gets very upset with me when I dump the cheese bone and bring him a new cheese bone. So he has been a turkey all morning. I am not happy with Teduardo, but Teduardo is not happy with me. That's just the way that it is.
I'm team Ted. Just let that boy eat.
Yeah, I know. And take your cheese bone. Go away now. Okay. All right. Now we got a lot to get through this show. We're going to talk Arizona football. Gets a commitment. Well, actually, is it official?
He hasn't signed, but it's official.
Okay. We will talk about that. Also, hit the like button. Hit the like button. I am very, very bad about that. All right, but why don't we go first with the football commit, then we're going to get into Arizona basketball. Defensive back out of West Virginia, and it's very interesting. West Virginia fans do not think he's very good. You go on their boards, you go on Twitter, they are very happy that he is gone. Arizona needs depth in the secondary. What say you, Sheer?
I think he's fine. Like I would probably put him on an MGK level, like he's like West Virginia fans don't like him, but he was also hurt and he was fine where he was at previously. He's worth a flyer. I mean, he's a solid corner, and I look at who else wanted him. Houston wanted him. That's cool with me. Houston had a pretty good defense. We both like Willie Fritz. I'm cool with it.
All right. Now, we'll get back to Arizona football, but we are also a basketball school as well. We need to talk about Arizona. Cincinnati, and then we're going to get into Arizona, West Virginia a little bit, and that will be a preview for tomorrow. But the first one that we need to talk about, though, is a win. Now, again, there were definitely things that were frustrating about that game. I can definitely attest to that. But at the same time, Sheer, you're 2-0 in conference play with a nice road win. You take them any way you can get them.
Yeah, you know me. Like, I usually look, there's things that we could pick with the win, but at the end of the day, it's a win. And anytime you win on the road, I don't really care what it looks like. It's a win. And being able to come out of there in a hostile environment against a pretty solid Cincinnati team, it's a nice victory. You're 2-0 now. All of a sudden in Big-12 play, this game against West Virginia is huge now. But you're starting to feel a little bit better about Arizona basketball this season.
Yeah, you're starting to feel a little bit better, and there's definitely some things we know that are disappointing. There's definitely things that we know that are positive as well. We need to start out again. We did this on the post-game show, but I feel that we will do this all week. The My Bad Henri movement is here. Henri Veesaar is a total difference maker for the University of Arizona. Cody James Martin, the esteemed producer, Cody James Martin, made the point that didn't Henri lead the team in like rebounds, assists, and steals? I mean, that's some pretty good stuff there, Mr. Shear. He's just a difference maker when he's out on the court. He just is, period.
Yeah, I mean, look, when Henri is a tough matchup. He's a big, tall guy who can spread the floor, and when he plays hard and defends and rebounds and all that, like, he's really good. He's got another tough matchup again against West Virginia. But yeah, I mean, look, there's no question that this team is better when Henri's on the court. It's obvious in the numbers that the lineup and the analytics and all that back that heavily. When Henri is on the court, Arizona is a significantly better team.
All right, Fly Guy Cole on Twitter all offseason was telling me that he wanted the smaller lineup of Awaka and Townsend. That is not working out well, Fly Cole guy. We will talk about that in here just a few minutes. But Henry's just a difference maker. Anthony Humbert is in here. Take that, Anthony Humbert. Take it that. You will apologize now. But listen, we know at this stage the best lineup is by a mile is Jaden Bradley, Caleb Love, KJ Lewis, Carter Bryant, and I almost said Henry Veesaar. That's the best lineup. It's not even close.
Not even close. The analytics back that up. Our eyes back that up. It all. Yes. I mean, it is so very clearly better defensively, offensively. Your favorite word, spacing. It's all better when that's the starting lineup.
Yes, it is. So my bad. Henry is in full effect. Henri Veesaar is a problem out there. He is an issue for other teams. All right, now let's talk a little bit then about something that very much frustrates me about this, and that's the Edgerson twins. I am okay with the Edgerson twins playing one at a time, but this hockey line rotation I can't have. Now, again, people are like, well, it's not killer to start out the game or the second half. But every time it came in the second half, Cincinnati immediately went on a run. Here's the problem with the Edgerson twins is that, Awaka tries hard, but he's just not very good. I mean, it just is what it is. He's just not very good. He tries hard, but against good teams, he can't really rebound. He fumbles the ball all over the place, and he can't finish. Trey Townsend is a little bit more skilled, but Patrick Stark, be nice to me, Patrick Stark. Shoot,
don't worry, Patrick Stark. I remind him about that every chance I get.
Patrick Stark, one of my favorite people. Shoo. No. But I will not even read that on the. I will not even read that. But and then Trey Townsend is more skilled. He's better than Awaka. But the problem that I have with Townsend still is that he gives minimal effort. I mean, you watch him out there, and he's kind of lazy, Sheer. He just is. He doesn't box out. He doesn't go for rebounds. He's just kind of out there.
Thoughts on Trey Townsend dropping 19 the first time these two teams met? West Virginia and Arizona. He dropped 19. Now, I remember that game. He dropped 19, but didn't it feel like he let up like 80?
Right. Yeah, dude, and the problem is too, is it's more so than anything, the rebounding is what really bothers me. How many times do you watch him there? You made an interesting point where you're like, and it was a rare interesting point.
Once in a while.
I actually liked the point, but you said that he doesn't get any rebounds out of his area. He doesn't get rebounds in his area. That's the thing. People just reach over him. It's very frustrating.
I say this, and I know you'll make fun of me, but Trey Townsend could never play for Sean Miller. Because Sean Miller, you had to be tough, Nah,
that's not always true. Sean Miller had some weenies that he put out there.
But because he had to. He had to. Like Tollefson, he had to. Right?
Yeah, I was going to say, what was his name? Jackknife, or what did they call him?
Mark Tollefson? The Jack? Yeah, when he said he was like Ronde, that was the worst ever.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah,
all I mean by that is Townsend is just not. I need my four men have to be I have a very set, I have a set of characteristics I need in my power forward if I was a coach.
I need something they're good at. One thing, and then we work from there.
You need to rebound, you need to be tough, you need to defend. I don't even need my four-man to score. I really don't. I don't need Trey Townsend to score. Right. Offense is great, but if he scores 15 points and he gets 2 rebounds, 1 assist, turns the ball over 4 times, and doesn't defend, I don't care.
Yes, no, I totally agree with that. Plus, I just don't. The thing that I give, it's weird. I give and we need to be very clear about something. Trey is better than Awaka.
Awaka's been awful lately.
He is. The problem though that I have with Townsend that I don't have with Awaka is that Townsend just doesn't look like he plays hard. I don't know how else to put it. And that's what's frustrating to me about this. I can't really bash Awaka's effort. I can bash Townsend's effort. That to me is what's different about all of this shit.
I don't know, but a lot of times there's guys that they don't look like they're playing hard, but they really are.
Dude, how many times have you seen him where a guy just reaches over him? He's not
I don't know. Is that effort or is that just a complete lack of instinct? It's like in football when people think teams quit, they don't quit. They're just not very good. Going back to your original point, I don't mind if Townsend plays 20 minutes a game. I really don't.
Just can't have them together. Just can't have them together.
Right. That's what it comes down to.
And the problem, though, too, is we saw in that second half, too. I mean, that was pretty stark the second they came in. Cincinnati's like, time to go on a 10-0 run again.
Yeah. I mean, it was obvious, and it just wasn't. It was obvious, right? It was Cincinnati scored real quick, and everyone saw it. I tweeted, I was like, oh, look, that's the lineup. And it's you can get away with Townsend on the court. You can get away with a walk at the 5. Just have Carter at the 4, have Henry at the 5, and Townsend at the 4. Like, there's ways to mix it up, and for whatever reason, they're not doing it.
All right, now let's talk about some good things here, because there are some good things with this team. Also, Caleb Love. I know Caleb Love had a bad game. But I am the one that I like looking for positive silver linings, Mr. Jason Shear. The one thing about it, and again, the lazy passes that he and KJ do are awful. I don't know why they do that. Stop doing that. You know what I like, though, about Caleb Love in this game is that he drove to the basket. Now, granted, some of them didn't go in. He had 6 free throws. That, to me, at least shows that he is trying to get to the paint a little bit. I don't like the Caleb Love that's just shooting like 85-foot threes. He at least was trying to get to the basket. Granted, he was 3 of 98 from the field, but still, he was. I thought he was a little bit more aggressive. I like that.
It's very strange, but he actually doesn't bother me when he shoots 3 of 15 in a game like that, where the opposing defense is really good and all that. And Wes Miller said it too, and he goes, and it was a good quote. He goes, "Guys, let's be honest. Like, he also missed some open looks here. Like, he's not. It's like he missed more open looks than he normally would. It wasn't like we defended him elite level. Those shots will go in. Like, you don't get mad at those shots. Like you said, they were 2s. They were open looks. I think he had one bad 3 where it's like, what are you doing? But like, you can't tell him not to shoot open looks. Those will go in eventually. He's too good of a player not to. There's a reason why the dude is averaging 25 points before that game and over the last 3 or 4 games. Is like, if he takes those same shots tomorrow, there's a good chance they're going to go in. You just can't tell him not to shoot them. This is Caleb Love, and you either accept it or you don't.
And I think that it was also a very good thing that Arizona was able to win this game with that kind of a performance from Caleb Love. That was the other thing that I think was pretty impressive about all that. Also, hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button. So we'll find out. Now, KJ Lewis this has just been such an odd season for him. I think we know a couple things about KJ Lewis at this point. KJ Lewis cannot dribble the basketball. He just can't. But I will say this, and I'm going to keep saying this, and I said this in the post-game show. He was big in that second half. He was the one that there were 3 different times when it looked like Cincinnati was about to take the lead or tie it up, and he got into the paint and he finished. That was a big thing.
Yeah. I mean, look, he was awful that first half. I was hard on him. He was terrible, right? Was a complete non-factor, was a negative. Second half, he was fine. The 2 plays where he drove in and they kind of stopped them and he was able to score still. Yeah. I mean, those were big plays and plays that Arizona needed. And again, it goes back. We're like a broken record, but we're hoping it'll, KJ Lewis, I'm sure, is sitting right now in a hotel room listening to this show.
Oh, duh.
Right. Rebounding, defense, passing. He'll make money. Like,
you'll make money doing that. Don't do things you can't do. It's that simple. Don't do things you can't do. All right. Why do people not understand that Jaden Bradley is a very good basketball player and that he's been Arizona's best player this season?
You don't have to give everyone time, Michael. You don't have to give everyone.
No. There's a lot of people on. No, there's a lot of people.
Some people aren't worth.
There's a lot of people on your board that are ready to move on from him. The dude's good. Like, look at his stat.
That whole philosophy is what I tell you. It's like, remember I joked that if I started a poll, would you rather have Bryce James or Caleb Love?
Yeah.
A lot of people would say Bryce James
just
because all everyone wants is the next thing with recruiting. That's all everyone wants. If Koa Pete committed today, like now, by the end of the day, it would be okay. Who's next?
Right.
Like, it's just the nature of recruiting and what it's done.
You can't go 0 for 2 from the free throw line as a point guard. Well, I mean,
what about when he goes back to the free throw line and makes the 2 and then makes the game-winning shot?
To be able to close the game out and the game-winning shot again. But his stat line was exactly what he's quiet throughout the game, and you look at his stat line, and he finishes 5 of 9 from the field with 15 points. He's a pest defensively. Like I said, man, I just like him. I just think that he is a winning basketball player. David just says Bradley is the steadiness of the team. He's just a good basketball player. That's the best way that I
think everyone has a point guard, like what a point guard should look like.
He's not Mike Bibby. I'm not gonna
right. And that those days are gone. Like the days of the pass first point guards, it's not common anymore. And at the NBA, it's not common either. Like, Jaden Bradley is not going to average 7 assists a game. That's not his game. And it used to be, he's a pass first point guard. He's a shoot first point guard. Now you get combo guards playing the 1. It's just different. And Jaden Bradley, he's good. That's it. Like he's a good player, and he's good enough to win with.
And Casey Kennedy, by the way, very talented musician. Casey Kennedy, follow his stuff. He said he put it very well here. He said Jaden just had so much poise in the final minutes. I like players like that are just kind of even keel. They just kind of go through it. He's just a good basketball player. And
also, Andre Barris, to answer your question, I love Jaden Bradley, but there's probably like 4 or 5 you would take over him. You would take DeJuan Harris over Jaden Bradley.
I mean, DeJuan Harris is one of those dudes. He's going to average 8 points and 6 assists.
But you would take him. You wouldn't take DeJuan Harris over Jaden Bradley?
I think they're comparable.
LJ Cryer?
Is he actually playing point guard, or is it that Milos Uzan? Because I'll take him over Milos Uzan.
They're on different teams.
I thought Milos Uzan was on.
I'm kidding.
No, they're on the same team.
I'm just testing you. No,
I don't know that. I don't think there's 4. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think there's 4. See, guys like DeJuan Harris, I have respect for, but guys like DeJuan Harris, they don't worry me because again, it's always going to be 8 points and 6 assists.
So you would take Jaden over DeJuan Harris. Well, then yeah, you're probably right. So you think Jaden Bradley's the best point guard in the?
Oh, I'm just saying. I can make that. I can make that case. I mean, he's a better scorer than DeJuan Harris.
Is he? What's DeJuan Harris averaging this year?
Every year he averages 8 points per game. Every single year.
I'm gonna laugh if I look right now and it's.
I know he's averaging like 19 a game or something. We don't even know.
This year he's averaging 10 points, 5.5 assists.
That again. I mean, I don't. And the defense is the same. I just don't.
I'm gonna look this up. You could be right, Andre.
Yeah, honestly, I think I probably am right. I mean, but again, he's one of those players you don't properly appreciate.
Who's the Iowa State point guard?
I don't know. I was going to ask you that. Who's the?
Is it Lipsy or whatever?
Oh, like Tayman Lipsy or something like that.
Yeah, he's good.
Yes,
I'm gonna look
exactly.
this up.
He's good. He's good. Oh, 202 live. Spread the word, just like back the A-Ray is. He's a top 5 point guard in the
Big 12.
show
prep is just unbeatable.
Dude, no, it really is. I mean, that's the thing.
Right, I'm looking at Big 12 assist leaders right now.
Right. Okay. All right. Keep
Harris
going.
is second over Igor Demin. I would take him over. Milos Uzan is actually having a decent season.
But I've still seen Milos Uzan. I'll still take. I
got to tell you might be right here.
Yeah. No, I am right.
Jizzle James.
I'll take him over Jizzle James.
Gilbert on Iowa State is better than Bradley.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But that's the only one.
5, shooting 55%. Would you take him over a guy like Javon Small?
Yeah,
no.
I would.
No, Mike, come on.
I would.
Do you know Javon Small's numbers this year?
Yeah, I don't care.
19 and a half, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He's like 6th in Ken Palm National Player of the Year.
Yeah, but again, Jaden Bradley's also as good a defender as.
Would you take him over Frankie Collins?
Yes.
So I'll give you third. Third's good.
Yeah, that's fine. But again, I think we're both kind of in agreement that he's about third.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, there you go. Jaden is the leading. Hey, AJW put this very, very well, Sheer. Jaden is the leading point guard on the number 1 team in the Big 12. How quickly you forget Jason L. Sheer.
Here's a good one. Because I think this one will be mixed. You ready? Jaden Bradley or Jeremy Roach?
You know, that's an interesting one because Baylor sucked this season with a lot of talent. I can make the case either way. I'll take Jaden Bradley, but if you want to take Roach, I'll take Bradley though.
Let's just say Bradley's in the 3 to 5 range.
Yeah. But either way, it's very either way. That's good. Jaden Bradley are you still having a hard time relinquishing that you were wrong on Jaden Bradley?
No. You said, before the season, what did you say Jaden Bradley's numbers would be? 15,
12, 5, and 4.
I think you said you did.
I did. I said 12, 5, and 4, 15, and that's like exactly what he is. Isn't he almost?
I like Jaden Bradley. I just said I didn't think he was a great shooter. He's in.
No, but you wanted Boswell all last season. You were a turd with that.
No.
Okay. All right. So either way, now ADO. You are a huge ADO fan. You've been calling for more ADO minutes. I just feel at this stage that I don't know that you can really. Oh, Sheer, you're being called with the hedge already. I
didn't hedge anything. We got to be very clear when the
I can't wait for the hedge segment to start up.
We got to be clear what a hedge is because there was no hedge there whatsoever.
Oh, but dude, you hedge so much. It's like the guy that just lies and doesn't even know that he lies after a while. You hedge so much.
I'm doing a lot better with no hedges.
You are
that
doing
was not a hedge. I did not hedge there.
You know what you're also doing a lot better at too is not bashing every single player that leaves the U of A and saying, they sucked anyway. We didn't want them. All right, Dick Wilson, the great Dick Wilson says Bradley over Roach. Roach has more talent around him. That's kind of the thing what I come to with Baylor. I was looking at Arizona's schedule coming up. Baylor's got a lot of talent, and they kind of stink.
Well, they don't stink, and they're a tough matchup for Arizona.
No, but I'm just saying their resume not so good right now.
I will say this though, it gets real interesting if Arizona finds a way to win tomorrow night.
Yeah, because here, well, you want to look at it now. Let's look at the schedule that you got going forward. Then this is what's exciting to me, and so again, Arizona. So right now we're 2-0 in conference play, first place in the Big 12. Okay, now you've got WVU, and the coach's kid is out, right?
The rumor now, Mike, based on what I've read, no, is that he is so injured he's going to redshirt.
Oh,
yeah, like he's out for the year type of deal. So I would be shocked if he plays tomorrow.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll certainly wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, nothing but the best. Healthy. I hope he plays.
Heal up
on Wednesday.
Yeah, heal up. You know what? Your team needs you. All right, so you got WVU, then you got UCF at home. UCF's actually like 10-2.
UCF's not bad.
Yeah,
UCF,
no, I was looking at that.
I lost by 100, and I don't think they'll be good on the road, but that's not an easy road trip.
Right, I was looking at that. And I'm like,
They have good guards. Yeah, not bad.
I mean, that's still a game Arizona should win in McHale,
yes.
But. And then you got Baylor. That is a tough matchup for Arizona. I agree, but Baylor's dysfunctional, man. You like when I watch them, they should be a lot better than they are, Skier. They're not going to even be ranked when the next rankings come out.
Also like at 9 p.m.
Yikes. Yuck. Definitely not wop. Definitely yuck. Okay. Then you got after that, you got Texas. Is Texas Tech any good?
Texas Tech isn't bad. They're tough to play at. That's a tough road trip.
And then Colorado, you got.
Do they still have your boy, by the way?
Who?
Kermit
Walton?
I think he's still on the team.
Kermit Walton's not. Somebody look that up. Is Kermit Walton?
I'm looking it up right now, dude. He's 100% on that team. Yeah. He's averaging 5.5 points a game. This is his 5th year.
Oh, gosh. It feels like his 8th year.
I can't believe you called him Kermit. That was so good.
Yeah. That's another reason. That's another reason Shear fired me, because he used to have me call recruits, and I would always mangle the recruits' names.
I don't know which one's better. You calling Kerwin Walton Kermit, or you calling Shane Noel Jalen?
I think Kermit, because at least I'm confusing you with your NBA brother, which is, not necessarily the worst thing. If I call you and you answer the phone and your name's Kerwin and I'm asking for an interview and I call you Kermit.
That was bad.
Yeah, it's excellent. Because I messaged you. I'm like, dude, this Kermit Walton's a jerk, dude. I'm like, yeah, he had a reason to be a jerk. Mike Luke, also a jerk. Mike Luke going to the Rod Gilmore School of Journalism.
Oklahoma State.
Very winnable game.
Home against Colorado.
Very winnable game.
So who was it? Was it Tyler Warren that just said 4-2 going into the Iowa State game is a victory? I would agree with that.
Okay, so if you're 4-2 in the next 6 games,
that would mean
you're 6-2. That means you're 6-2.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
you would be 6-2. I would take 6-2.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, you would also have people that would be saying that Arizona was that Arizona would win no road games in the Big 12. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
That stretch of 3 though, and I know we're already looking.
Yeah, I know that you got to bank those wins now.
Iowa State at home, at ASU, at BYU. That gets real crappy, and then there's another 3-game span in February: home against Houston, at Baylor, then BYU.
Yeah, you gotta stockpile these wins. 4-2, I'm fine with, but I would prefer to be 5-1. 5-1 over the next 6 would be very tasty.
And I would tell people 13-7 gets Arizona in the tournament. 12-8, probably the bubble. Anything worse than 12-8.
14-6 were like a 2 seed.
Yeah, 14-6, Arizona's probably like a 5 or a 6 seed.
Yes,
Arizona's gonna have one of those resumes that is going to be talked about on Selection Sunday, because they're going to end the season with no bad losses.
And their KenPom's going to be awesome. Their KenPom's going to be
analytics, their analytics, their net, their KenPom, all that is going to be top 20.
Right.
And they're going to be like 21 or they're going to be like 19-13 or whatever it is.
Yeah. So again,
it's going to be a weird Selection Sunday.
It's going to be a weird Selection Sunday, but you know what? We will deal with it. By the way,
Houston beat the crap out of BYU. That was an insane game.
Yeah. Well, Houston's good. The Houston's just good. Also, BYU, they've got that guy that was supposed to be the number one prospect in the country. Dude, he's averaging like 11-4 this season.
Who, Igor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having the last 3 games. He's been
No, it's not the last 3 games. It's like the last month.
No, the last.
I've been watching. That guy from Illinois is better.
Yeah, but Igor also averages like 6 assists as a big man. Yeah, yes, the guy from Illinois is a top 5 pick.
Okay, just wanted
not
to
Kylan Boswell, by the way.
Yes, no, not Kylan Boswell, by the way. Or I guess we got to give it kudos to Orlando Antigua for all of
Once
that.
again, Orlando gets it done.
Orlando Antigua.
Tyler Warden. I understand what you're saying, but you don't get a dominant win for 40 straight minutes on the road in the Big 12. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but I think the problem is, and Ray posted this on your board, and this is a very frustrating thing. Tommy Lloyd's teams let up. And it is I don't know why this happens, but this happens. And it always happens about the same time in the second half. It happened against UCLA. It happened against Cincinnati. Why is this occurring? Stop doing this.
Don't most college basketball teams do that?
No, they don't give up 20-point leads in 2 minutes.
I mean, yeah, that's fair, but it's hard to hold leads, dude.
But the other thing about it too that Arizona does is so much of the stuff that Arizona is, shooting themselves in the hand, shooting themselves in the foot. Well, I guess
you can't shoot though if you shoot yourself in the hand.
I guess you could shoot yourself in the hand. But that's the problem, though, is that too much of this is self-inflicted stuff. Like the Caleb Love and KJ Lewis lazy passes have to stop. Because you're just giving up baskets the other way. I don't understand. Those are, come on, guys. Those are just lazy. Stop doing that.
I agree. I agree with you.
All right.
Maybe we should get you on a Zoom call with those 2 guys.
Guys, why are you doing this? Caleb Love knows who I am. He called me the YouTube guy. He knows who I am.
Jackson Francois knows who you are too.
Jackson Reed Francois does know who I am. I like Caleb Love. I will leave it at that. Okay, now Wildcat Fanalytics. Also, you guys need to follow him. We can't expect a dominant win, but we should expect consistent focus and effort. Yes, that's where I'm at with that. It's the focus and the effort part, Sheer, that I need. I don't need Arizona to win every game by 75 points, but when you're up 20, you don't have to say, guess what? We got 18 points to spare. Come on, here you go. Because that's what it feels like.
Haven't you all watched Arizona basketball before? This is what you get, man. This is what you signed up for. This is what you said. You said it's always going to be close. I'm convinced that Arizona has Arizona ever blown out a good team in the history of Arizona basketball?
Yes. You only started following in 2004, so you wouldn't know. But
no, that's not true. I started following in 2001. Yeah, 2001 when I got accepted to Arizona.
Man, I can't believe they accepted you in. How did you get accepted into Arizona?
It was Arizona. This is true. Arizona, ASU, Oregon.
Oh, so
those are my 3.
Every non-elite academic school on the West Coast, Jason Shearer was.
Oh no, I got into Santa Barbara, which was
that
a
helping
great
your
school.
Case here?
Yeah,
Santa Barbara.
Yeah, right. Santa Barbara's a great school, dude. It's UC Santa Barbara's a great school, and I said no because they didn't have sports.
Oh well, duh, because you planned on playing.
I mean, I can't just go watch basketball in the Thunderdome. I needed athletics.
Sheer had a back condition that forced him from getting rid of his Division I player. Yes, Michigan State in 2001. Destruction.
ASU was the greatest college tour I've ever been on.
Hey, you want to know where I was accepted into, Sheer? USC.
Harvard. Well, you would have fit in real well with USC.
No, in the the USC campus. Oh, exactly, man. I would be wandering off nonstop. I would have been.
You honestly, the way you walk around and all that, you probably wouldn't be here right now if you went to USC.
No, I don't think I would do either. Plus, I would end up talking like smack to somebody.
Yeah, you would have gone on the wrong corner and then said hi to the wrong person, and that would have been it.
Yeah, it would have been good. All right. So, anyways, Arizona though, Carter Bryant. Let me talk about this. Carter Bryant. Don't want to lose him. Obviously, we've been over this, but man, he's really starting to find his own right now. He really is.
He's the best player on the team in terms of ceiling. He's not the best player on the team, but in terms of the ceiling, he's good. I mean, he just is. You see him have all the tools and all that. Mike, real quick, I don't want to get in trouble. When I said ASU tour was the best, I mean the funniest, because there's real quick. There was a tour. We went to the rec center. It was jammed.
Was Jaden Daniels' mom was the one that escorted you around?
This is great. My dad used to laugh about this all the time. And the rec center's jammed, and a woman turns to the tour guide and goes, "I don't understand. Why isn't anyone in class?" And the tour guy just looked at her like, I don't know
Oh
what to
yeah,
tell you. Like,
that's what we do. Yeah, we don't go to school here. We
but
don't go to school.
yeah, Carter Bryant. You could just see it. Like you could see what makes him special. And the thing about him is he's only going to get better. Like he is nowhere near being the player that he's going to be.
Yeah, that's the exciting part about it. Watching him, he also looks like a fawn out there, like a young colt. He looks so young, and it's just and that shot's smooth, man. That shot is smooth. That shot's ready to go.
And I really wonder, like, I love Carter, obviously, but it's the matchups against the Iowa States of the world where I'm like,
well, you got to have the you got to have the Edgerson twins in there at that point.
It's going to be interesting to see how Tommy handles them because as much as we don't like the Edgerson twins being in the court at the same time, physically, they're more prepared for those games. Skill-wise, they're not. So I'm really curious to see how Tommy handles it.
5 of a kind media. I told you this is going to happen. Jamari Phillips only getting 10 minutes per game at Oregon. Would he have gotten more here? I thought he was a good prospect. No,
he wouldn't have got more here at all.
No, Jamari is one of those players. If he sticks with the course, by the time he's a junior, I think he can be a pretty good basketball player. He's got to stick with the course, though. Stick with the flow.
The problem is also like he didn't play for a couple of years, basically.
I mean, so if you don't, it's one of those things too. And you got to have realistic expectations about what's coming in here. And the idea about being a one and done was just never realistic.
Did they win last night? Did they beat Maryland?
Yeah. I think they won by like 3. I think Shellstad had like 5 threes or something.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
he should be on Arizona. Arizona chose Kylan Boswell over Shellstad.
Ooh,
that's a true story.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. They chose. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Also, Andy Bryant puts it very well. I am cool losing Carter to the MNB. I am cool losing Carter to the MNBA. Not cool losing him to the portal. Yes, that's fine. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he would transfer.
Yeah, I don't think he would transfer either. But a second year of Carter, Jason Shearer.
Yeah, that's a if Arizona lands who we think they're going to land, and then has Carter Bryant in there too. It brings back Henry.
Very tasty. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about Arizona Koa Pete playing against Tucson High tomorrow. Now, show you the laziness that is Jason Shearer and then his lovely wife Shelby, trying to cover for him. So I called Shearer and you did. You did. Now, she was a good wife and she tried to cover for you, but it was not true. So here's what happened. I called Shearer on my way home from my parents' house, and I told him, I said, "Hey, Shearer, you want to go to that you want to go to that Koa Pete game?" And you're like, "Oh, I can't because of the post-game show." And I said, "You can do the post-game show at my house and we'll go to the second half." And he's like, "Nah, I've seen Koa Pete. Seen him go against a 6'2" Tucson High kid. Doesn't do anything for me," which is a fair point. But your wife did not run with that point. Your wife ran that it was because of the post.
Well, yeah, I think she forgot West Virginia game was at West Virginia.
Yeah, well, again, that's
also one of the reasons why I'm not going is because Travis, if you go to wildcatauthority.com, Travis has a brand new interview with Koa Pete. So I wouldn't even do an interview, and it's like I've seen him be good before. So you all should go though.
Yeah, no, you should. You should go see Koa Pete play. Also, Bruce Branch. Bruce Branch will be in action as well. I discovered Bruce Branch. Remember when I literally put on the board, on Shear's board of Wildcat Authority, I literally put on the board, I said that Bruce Branch is a top 10 player in his class, and Shear says, "I like when you just make things up like that." 3 months later, 24/7 has him as like the 7th best player in the class.
I'm glad you brought up.
Take the L.
I'm glad. Speaking of taking the L, would you like to apologize to me right now for Cody Williams?
No, I won.
You didn't win anything, dude.
Of course I won. He was a top 10 pick
in college. He's terrible in the NBA right now.
I never thought he'd be good this year. He was a top 10.
He was terrible in the NBA. Have you seen him?
He was a top 10 pick.
Have you seen, by the way, Cody just texted us. That is right. Cody and I found Markelle Fultz.
Oh, well, there you go.
We watched Markelle Fultz before anyone, and I was like, this guy's pretty good. And then it turned out it was Markelle Fultz.
When Miller got Schuster and Brad fired, that was because of Markelle Fultz and that recruiting trip and the post-game show.
Was it really?
Yeah, because he was worried that they were talking about he didn't understand why they wasn't playing more up-tempo.
There's a lot of guys I've discovered. I don't want to brag.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Markelle Fultz. I mean, when you, but I did discover Bruce Branch though, and you gave me a lot of crap for it when I posted on there. You mocked and you ridiculed me, and you turned out to be wrong. You look like an idiot.
Cody Williams, I want an apology.
No, I won.
He was a top 10.
He was a top 10 pick.
But that wasn't your argument. Your
yeah,
argument
it was a top 10 pick.
Your argument was always that how good he was in college and all that, blah, blah, blah.
I said he was a top 10 pick. You don't turn him away. You came away from that game saying that, I don't know. Right. And the Tommy Gunn even said, yeah, we need to offer him. The Tommy Gunn
was wrong. Tommy makes wrong evals. I make right evals.
No. You make wrong evals. You make very wrong evals.
I am anyways. Eval.
Yeah, you are the eval. So that's also another name, man. Call me eval. Elwin, call Sean Miller. If anybody out there wants to get Call Sean Miller on the show from Muskegon, Michigan, we would love to have Call Sean Miller on the show.
ESPN just has their article about like coaching updates in the Big 12. Mm-hmm. There's one guy, progress needed. Athletic director Desiree Francois didn't hire Brennan and hasn't hesitated to make changes in the past. He's on the hot seat. Well, first of all, they're doing this January 6th. Second of all, this is it's a brutal write-up. Brennan's first season could not have gone much worse.
Yeah, it couldn't have. Keep going. Keep reading it. I'm here for it.
Arizona went 4-8, dropped 7 of its last games, 115th nationally in scoring despite having Noah and T-Mac. There was even some buzz going into a mid-November game against Houston that Brennan would be fired if the Wildcats lost. DRF didn't hire Brennan and hasn't hesitated to make changes in the past. His buyout goes down to $7.5 million in 2025.
Well, yeah, no, he was terrible. It was an F. I don't know what else to say. Like I would always get people that are like, "Oh, yeah, you're being too hard on Brent Brennan." No, it was an F. I don't know what else to say. Now, again, I think this offseason he's done a fairly decent job, but that was one of the worst coaching performances I've ever seen. And you agree?
Yeah. What's there to disagree about?
I don't know. Well, I mean. And like Barrett beat me up for it and stuff and said they're going to win their next 5 games. I'm like, well, I mean, dude, don't blame me. Blame the, still no super snaps, but we should be up tomorrow with the super snaps, H-Fuchs, because we have done everything. Magically, the viewership is going up. I'm telling you, we just should talk. You know what we should do, Sheer? We should ignore basketball for literally like the entire basketball season and just talk football and then just see what happens.
Football school's a football school, man. There's no way. That's it.
I mean, it is what it is. Loving every minute of it. Yeah. Super snaps. Hopefully tomorrow, though, everybody. Hopefully tomorrow. Bring your credit card.
Am I on tomorrow's show?
Yes, you are on tomorrow because we're hoping to initiate the super snaps.
All right. I'll do both. I'm a nice guy. I'll do both.
Yes. No. And you could come hang out at my place in the post game and then go watch Koa Pete against a 6-2.
Your house smells really bad.
What, like gas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you said it. I didn't.
Yeah, but my gas doesn't smell though. My gas smells good. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Let's get back to a little bit of Arizona basketball around the conference. Starting next week, we're going to start talking more Big 12 basketball. I am going to ask you the question right now, Sheer. Right now. Okay. I do believe that. Oh, sorry. There's. It's funny. Everybody asks me about where I like. My dad likes talking about farts. Growing up, my dad farted a lot, so that's where.
Oh, no.
No, it is, and it drove my mom crazy. So that's where I learned to embrace the gas. But my mom was always appalled when it would happen like around like women and stuff, which I don't blame. But let's talk about Big 12 basketball right now. Arizona, which I think there are 3 teams that are clearly better, but then after that, I can make the case that Arizona is the 4th best team in the Big 12.
Kansas,
mm-hmm.
Houston,
mm-hmm. Iowa
State, West Virginia. Right now is better than Arizona.
What if Arizona goes in there and wins, though?
I'm putting Arizona above them.
Yes, I think at that point, then you got to put them at that point, though. No.
Yeah.
This is a big game. Joking aside, this is a huge game tomorrow. If Arizona's 3-0 with road wins at Cincinnati and West Virginia, you start looking at the season a little bit differently.
Well, here's the deal. There's 4 undefeated teams left in the Big 12. 2 of them are West Virginia and Arizona. So after tomorrow, there's only going to be 3 undefeated teams in the entire conference.
Now, let me ask you this. Wildcat Fanalytics, who is much smarter than me, but I might differ a tad bit. Is Houston better than Iowa State?
No, I think Iowa State is very clearly the best team in the conference.
Yeah, I kind of agree
those two
with
play.
that.
Iowa State plays Houston once. Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Iowa State plays at Houston in February. That's it. Iowa State plays Kansas next week.
Yes, I would go with Iowa State. Now, let's see here. David Rosen. By the way, sure, you were supposed to welcome David Rosen to the board. You have not welcomed David Rosen to the board. You said you would.
You're right. I have to. You're right.
Okay. Which version of Caleb Love? I think Caleb Love's gonna have a good game against West Virginia.
I do too.
I think Caleb Love's gonna look like All-American Caleb Love.
I do too. I think Caleb Love plays well. I don't really like beyond Javon Small. I'm not a big fan of their guards. Bradley on Small is the matchup of the game by far. I think Caleb Love plays well tomorrow.
Houston is good. Let's see here. AZ Wildcat fan. Houston is good, but they have worse wins than us. Hey,
I think he's trying to say that Houston hasn't beaten anyone yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me look that up.
Right. Read David's comments. What are David's?
Houston
comments?
Lost to Auburn, lost to Bama, lost to San Diego State. He's right. Their only good win. They've only beaten one tournament team, and it's BYU. If BYU's the tournament team.
That's just hard basketball to watch.
It's awful to watch, but he's right. Houston has not beaten a good team yet.
Okay, I was supposed to read David's comments. Girthy Gas. Okay, there you go. Girthy Gas. I actually kind of like that one. What is Houston is 2 in Torvik. Who's Torvik? Some Eastern European? Who is he?
Oh my God. Mark Torvik. You don't do analytics. If you did, you would know.
Nah, I've heard of Ken Palm. I don't do the analytics people drive me up.
You don't even know what Ken Palm is. You just like.
No, I know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is.
You don't.
No, here's why I don't like analytics. Here's why I don't like analytics. I don't like the people that say, "Hey, guess what? If it's a 4-on-1 fast break, always shoot a 3." No.
That's not the analytics we're talking about.
I don't like those analytics. Boo. Okay. Who is Korvac? Who is he? Or Torvik?
Mark Torvik. Yes, I like him. He's good. He's another stat guy.
Right. Who is?
I'll send him to you.
Is this somebody that I should know, or I should pretend to look at and then never?
I like him, and he has Arizona as the 3rd best team in the Big 12.
Okay, I like him then. That's not bad.
Houston, Iowa State, Arizona, West Virginia, Kansas. He's good. He really is good. He's got numbers and all that. Yeah.
TLN, Tommy's left nut. Will Tony Padilla ref every game this season? Or this year? It certainly feels
I hope he's a ref tomorrow, only because that would be really funny.
Yes. But it's every single. You know what I don't like about Tony Padilla? He always has that kind of smarmy look. It's always like, or then like when he's like, "Oh, I got to go look at the replay," and then he's like looking around and he's like sticking. I don't know. I just don't like it.
What is he doing? He's sticking what?
He's like sticking his butt out when he's at the like the scorer's table. I don't like it. I don't like Tony Padilla. He has bad vibes for me. All right, now AZ Wildcat fan, Texas Tech, another metrics team with no real wins. Interesting.
That's true also.
Yes. But again, a win is a win is a win. That is all I'm going to go with. Yeah, UCF stinks, but yeah, has UCF beaten anybody good?
Let me look. They did. They beat Texas A&M earlier in the year. I just looked up their football schedule. What are they? What am I looking up here? They beat Texas A&M earlier in the year. I looked up women's basketball by accident.
How did you?
Look at me, dude. I'm so.
Well, yeah, this is good.
He's taking me to women's basketball, Mike.
Why is he taking you to women's basketball?
Because I'm feminine. Oh, here we go. They're 10-3. Yeah, they beat Texas A&M. They got blown out by Wisconsin. They lost to LSU, and they lost to Kansas by 170. They did beat Texas Tech at Texas Tech.
All right. We should win this game. I do not care.
Their next 5 games, Colorado should win. At Arizona, at ASU, Houston, at Iowa State. So peace out, UCF. Good season. Yes. You'll be done here in about 2 weeks.
You are, yes, exactly. Is Johnny Dawkins still the coach?
Yes.
Gosh, yeah, like that guy, like Johnny Dawkins of Stanford fame would not do anything. By the way, 247 lives. By the way, maybe we are a basketball school. When we started, when we went from football to basketball, we were at 237. Now we're up to 247. Spread the word that we're also talking basketball on this show. Yes, that was very funny, Nick Arenas. I will not say that on air, but that was very, very funny. Okay, now let's get back to, oh, dude. I have to sign up. So I have a traffic ticket. I got a traffic ticket.
Speeding?
Yes.
Dude, I'll never forget. Remember when we were on radio and you saw me get pulled over?
That was so good. I literally saw Sheer get pulled over, and I took like a, it was great. And I think I posted it on Twitter.
Yeah, you did.
You don't still text and drive,
No,
do you?
I know.
Okay,
no, really.
good. Stop. So anyway, so Raquel and I are going to San Diego on in early November, and in Imperial County, I get pulled over for going like way over the speed limit. So I have to sign up for this traffic school class. This thing's 8 hours.
Yeah, dude.
This thing's 8 hours, and I was looking at it yesterday. I have to do it online because guess what? I'm not going to go to Imperial County to do it. But you can't do the thing where you just click ahead. That's the most annoying.
No, they time it. What I like to do is
will someone take this for me?
No, you do it, and then you go run an errand or whatever, and then you come back, or you go watch.
No, but I was looking at it. I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm going to trick these people. I'm just going to keep hitting fast forward. And you can't. That's no option anymore.
Yeah, you can. It was never an option, Mike.
Yes, no, it was. So, all right. Twin Mama says, explain the process. All right, here's what's annoying. So, I get pulled over. Me and the lovely lady friend, we get pulled over, and the guy's like, you know why I pulled you over? Well, let me guess, probably for speeding. And generally, I always get out of speeding tickets. I've gotten out of like 5 speeding tickets in the last year, and I was actually bragging.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. So I was bragging to Raquel, like one time. No, I'm not going to tell that Palo Verde story. That's not a good
No.
That's no. But again, the law let me loose. Their decision, not mine. Well, my decision too. But anyway, so I get pulled over, and then the guy he's running my plates for like 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, there's nothing there. Just give me the ticket so I can move on. And so then he comes back and he's like, well, you know, I'm gonna only write you up for going 80 or going 80 in a 65 or 75 zone. I don't know what it was. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks. And so anyway, the traffic school is an option because I had to switch over to Geico because Progressive canceled me because my car kept getting stolen. And with the Kia. So now that I have a car that isn't getting stolen, but I'm on a new one, so I don't want to have these like points show up in the first year or whatever. So I couldn't figure out how to sign up for the traffic school course. So I went over, my mom helped me, and I got signed up for it. But now sometime in the next 2 weeks, I have to spend 8 hours on an online virtual traffic school. No,
just
thanks.
a warning. There's some of them now that make you activate your webcam, and it'll stop if you leave your computer.
Hopefully that technology has not reached the folks of Imperial County. I would very much hope that is not the way. All right, Dennis Walsh, the great Dennis Walsh says, I believe
I think he's right, actually. I think you could just pay it.
I believe Arizona law says that non-criminal out-of-state law don't count.
You need to look that up.
Oh, well, I've already paid it, though. I've already paid for the traffic school court. Well, thanks, Dennis Walsh. Dennis Walsh, who's out there flying around the city in his private helicopter. You should have told me that.
Tom will never take you alive. I say screw it. Be a wanted felon.
Hey, that was a Tupac song at the beginning of you've seen Above the Rim, right?
Of course I have.
He goes, they'll never take me alive. I'm getting with my 4-5. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, very, very good. Merely Mike Luke should have let the crop duster rip as a smoke screen. No, that would have been good going on like a high-speed chase. Very, very good. They never found Dylan Anderson's bike, and I don't think
one of the reasons why he's at Boise.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you don't need a bike in Boise. It's snowing right now. Okay, now, we are a football school. Let's get back to a little bit of Arizona football here. Peter Lange will be coming to the U of A. He decided that the stench of SRS was too much for him. He will be coming down to Tucson.
Yeah, I don't know when the visit date is. I expect him to commit whenever it is. They don't have any visitors today. Arizona doesn't. They will have visitors tomorrow. they're going to get some D linemen in this week for visiting. So they'll have a pretty decent list of visitors this week.
Yes, exactly. Now we need offensive line. We need girth. Now, here's the thing about girth on the offensive line with Lange. I don't believe, Janet, but points on record if you just pay tickets. Oh, Janet Luke is in here. My mom is in here. Be very nice. Hopefully she did not watch the first 30 minutes of the show. Hopefully she is just tuning in now. Okay. Now, Skier, with Peter Lange, even though he's good, I think he's a good prospect.
There's such thing as too much girth.
Yeah. Too much girth this year. Sometimes you need to get rid of a little bit of the girth. Yes, you need. This is going to be a year to girthiate. Girthiate?
Yeah, he needs to lose weight in like 50 pounds.
De-girth. How about de-girth?
Yeah, he needs to be de-girthed. Yeah, he's not going to play as a freshman. The talent's there. Like, you absolutely take him. He's got to lose some weight.
Yes, but again, that's going to be the term when we're going to use from now on, de-girth. I think that's really. I think that's really good. Finally, digitally meeting the person responsible for Mike Luke. Hey, be nice, be nice, be nice.
I'm always Team Janet.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Colin, Back the A-Ray, very funny though. Look at this. Back the A-Ray, our guy. Colin Carroll will get him right with the Jazzercise program. Do you think they're going to keep doing all the Pilates workouts and stuff as opposed to all the heavy lifting that
Yes.
TO did?
Yes.
So they're going to stick with the Pilates. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely.
All right, fair enough. Do we expect Marquise Groves Killebrew to be moving on at this point?
I would assume so now that they got the commitment from Garnes, right?
Yeah. See, that's the thing that people got to be careful. And I like Marquise Groves Killebrew more than you. But the portal's a two-way street. If you enter the portal, the team can also move on from you. It's not just kind of the shopping and saying, I'll take this, I'll take a little bit of that. And if I don't like any of this, then I'll just go back here. It's kind of a two-way street.
Yeah. Look, man, I don't want to accuse him of not wanting to compete, but I think that's one of the reasons why he went in the portal is because Arizona took other corners. And then it's like, A, you're going to have to compete at Nebraska, and B, Arizona's not just going to sit there. And so now they add in another corner. Now what are you going to do?
You know what
I don't know if he's going to go there. But it was a weird deal. And like today, right now, Mike, they just picked up another corner. Nebraska did. Literally picked up another corner over the weekend. So I don't know what MGK is going to do.
I didn't get it, but you know what? You got to do what's best for yourself. Rudy Martinez, any word on the DC? I'll believe it is Danny Martinez, a.k.a. Rudy Martinez. Do you think, or Danny Gonzalez? Sorry.
Danny Gonzalez.
Yes, Danny Gonzalez.
I don't know. I've asked again this morning. It was I got the answer of Brent just wants to do it right and all that stuff. It is a very weird deal. Weird deal.
What's the more common name, Gonzalez or Martinez?
Martinez by far.
Over Gonzalez?
I don't know. That's good.
You said that with such confidence.
I know. Do you like that? That's what you have to do. For people out there, like even if you don't know something, you say it with confidence.
Yes, I don't know. I'm curious. That's an interesting. Is that a poll question? More common surname, Gonzalez or Martinez?
Yeah, just make sure it doesn't come off as like racist or anything. You'll be fine.
No, it's not racist. I'm just asking what's a more common name. It's like asking Williams or Johnson.
I'm pretty sure it's Martinez, dude.
Over Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Back the A-Ray. Back the A-Ray knows. There are too many Martinez's, Mike. Gonzalez is two different names. What do you mean it's two? Oh, yeah, because there's like a Z and then there can be an S. Why does Martinez have that too, where you can have an S and a Z at the end?
No, there's like one person on every street with the last name Martinez.
Mike Martinez. Okay. Anyways, when I used to referee basketball games, the head of the thing, his name was Mike Martinez, and he looked just like me. Okay. So, anyways, let's get back to let's get back to a little bit of Arizona football recruiting, a little bit of Arizona men's football recruiting. What men's football recruiting updates? We got anything else?
Not really. Like CJ James visited. He's a lineman from UTSA. He visited. It went well. And then he goes, I'm going to visit South Carolina and Ole Miss. And it's like, well, we understand what's happening here. Oh, the one that I did want to talk about is Fisher K-Mac.
Is it K-Mac Fisher or Fisher K-Mac?
Fisher K-Mac, isn't it?
I thought it was K-Mac Fisher.
I thought it was Fisher K-Mac.
Sounds like a CIA agent. What is he?
So I'm just going to say it. No, it's Fisher K-Mac. I was right.
Okay, yeah,
so he committed to Virginia last night. So let me break this down for people. And hopefully I don't
break it down proper.
He was a silent commit to Arizona. I think they even did. He was coming to Arizona. Done deal. Took an unofficial here.
And now he's not coming.
Right. And then he releases a list of schools. His agents tweet out a list of schools that have contacted him. Right. There's about 40 schools on that graphic if you go and look. Virginia's not on that graphic. Okay. So you're like, once you tweet that out, you're like, okay, well, maybe he's just bragging before he gets his commitment public, right? Virginia's not on that graphic. Like 2 days later.
Hey, cut the crap. Is Arizona not getting him?
2 days later, Mike, he takes a quiet visit to Virginia and commits. It's weird. It felt weird. It makes no sense.
When you told me this, I remember you told me this last week, and I said there's no way that he'll ever stay here. He's not going to back the A.
Yeah, it was a weird deal. Like, with the whole Virginia's a weird school to commit to, and then he commits to a school that wasn't even on like his big list of 40 schools that offered him. It's weird.
Hey, everybody's talking about the toughest areas in Tucson. I had a poll about this a little while ago, and I think it's a very good poll. What is a tougher, how about this? Not tougher. How about grittier? Grittier is a better term. Grittier street, 36th or 36th or 29th. And like by 36th, I'm talking like 36th Campbell all the way to like Craycroft. 29th, same thing. 36th and 29th. Those
36th.
ones. You think 36th is tougher than 29th?
29th's
pretty tough, man. 29th in that Craycroft.
I looked at a house years ago over in that area. And then like we were looking at it, and it was actually a pretty nice house, and the area wasn't great. And then like someone got murdered like 2 houses down, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna live here.
Yeah, no, there's like a Boys and Girls Club on like 29th Street. But Grand Alvernon is too old school, guys.
Grand Alvernon's not as tough as it used to be.
There's nothing there anymore. They just took demolish. I go to Vasa Fitness every single day there. I go in there.
I don't know why you go that far, by the way.
Because it costs like $7. It's amazing. I believe 29th Street is tougher than 36th Street. I believe that. Yes. Huntsy, 29th has all those apartments. Yes. They're like, I'm telling you, sometime.
29th and Craycroft. I don't really go over there in general.
Go in there. Here, everybody this week. Well, I don't know why you'd want to do it. I almost said everybody this week go to 29th and Craycroft. Yes, I think that's a very, very, it's a very tough, it's a tough area. I'm going to just a grittier. Yeah, there's like I think it's called like Freedom Park or like Liberty Park, or there's something like that that's right in that area. Very, very tough area. Hey, did I ever tell you the time when I went there to try to go play basketball?
I mean, you're hood, so.
No. It's very good. So I went there to try to go play basketball on I think it's called Liberty or Freedom Park. I can't remember which one it is. Something like that. Everybody out there, tell me, is it Freedom or Liberty? It's one of the two. But either way, I went there to go to play basketball, and I was basically told that you better never miss a shot, otherwise you will not be permitted to play here again. Yeah, Freedom Park.
It's Freedom Park.
Yeah. Freedom Park's tough, man. That was the
You're
last
tough,
time.
though, Mike. You're tough.
I am tough there, dude. Yeah. And one guy, you know what's funny? One guy was wearing a Mike Bibby jersey. The other guy was wearing a James Harden jersey, and they were on the same team. I don't get it.
Look at you.
Yes, exactly. They don't call it the dirty team. But either way, that might be a poll. 29th and 36th Street. I think it's 29th, dude. I really do.
Well, okay.
Yeah. We'll find out. We'll find. Yes. AJW. If you like boarded up apartments that are somewhere still occupied, go to 29th. Yeah, I would agree. Let's see. I
don't go over there. I stay in my little area.
Well,
I go to South Tucson. They have good food, but I don't go. I don't go to the east side at all.
Well, you live by, that's where, my mom, I was raised on the east side.
I don't go there at all. There's no need to go to the east side.
There is nothing tougher than the area that I grew up in. Houghton and 22nd.
Whoa.
Houghton and 22nd is tough. And east of Houghton and 22nd. You don't want to know how deep dark? Well, dude, it says you're leaving the city and there's like deer crossings.
Janet's hood.
No. Exactly. No, and there's javelinas. There's javelinas there. All kinds of really, really tough stuff. So there is that. Okay. Let's see here. My low jack goes off when I'm south of 22nd. Dennis Walsh. That was funny, Dennis Walsh.
West Virginia is ranked 21st, by the way. The poll just came out. West Virginia 21. So Arizona will be playing a ranked team.
Where is Arizona? Oh, Rolling Hills. Rolling Hills. Which Rolling Hills are you? Oh, on 29th and like Harrison. Do you think we should have a show sometime where we literally just BS the entire time instead of 80% of the time?
I mean, today was pretty close.
Nah, it was only close for like the last 15 to 20 minutes. But I think we could actually do that. We could maybe sell it as a sponsor, the BS Zone or something like that. I like it. Yes,
Get
I
a
believe it's
plumber to do it, like the BS Zone, brought to you
yes,
by
exactly. Right,
John's
exactly.
Plumbing.
Then bring in like Ben One White. Okay. Now, on that note, hey, the great Dennis Walsh, tell your buddy to message me. We've got again, if any people you want to sponsor at close April or January 15th. The sponsors are unleashed. I cannot wait though. These sponsors are going to be very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. All right. Sheer, where can they find you?
WildcatAuthority.com, the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby. And right here, Mike. Right here.
Yes, exactly. Right here. Exactly. We have 2 shows tomorrow. Hopefully, I believe. Hey, Cody, step in here for a second. I think that you can get. Cody James Martin is the man behind the scenes. Cody James Martin. You don't have to come in. Do we believe that Super Snaps will likely be available tomorrow? All right. Cody is a man of few words. That means
he said yes. He said yes.
Okay, yes, we believe that Super Snaps will be available tomorrow. Bring us your hungry, tired Super Snaps.
Dedicate your children to us.
Yes.
Your hungry, tired children.
Yes, we won't eat your children. Now, didn't Mike Tyson say, I want to eat your children?
Yes, and I believed him at the time.
Yeah, we will not eat your children. Hit the like, 85 likes. Come on, whoop. Okay, on that note, though, very much appreciate all of you. For Mr. Cody James Martin. By the way, I was at Wells Fargo today for over an hour getting all my LLC stuff finalized. Okay, now on that note, though, for Mr. Jason Shear, Cody James Martin, I am merely Mike Luke. We'll be back with you 2 shows tomorrow. Mark it down, 2 shows. Hey, wasn't that the name of the song? I got 2 shows.
It's 2 phones, dude.
Oh, 2 phones. Yeah, all right. 2 shows. Yes. Either way, check it out. Very much appreciate you all. You guys are fantastic. TTFN, ta-ta for now. You've been listening to the AZ12 podcast.